Hi, this is Darren from DP Execs. Just having a chat with my friend Matt here, and we thought we'd put a little video out to sort of give you guys a bit of a heads up about the event that's happening on the 24th of June. So, Matt, can I ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, thanks, Darren. Yeah, so I'm Matt Craven. I'm the founder of a company called the CV and Interview Advisors. We specialize in personal branding and career development for senior people. So I guess our day job is helping people with their CVs, their LinkedIn profiles, with any other kind of job seeker collateral, I suppose. We do interview coaching, career coaching, all that kind of stuff. And also provide outplacement services to organizations who might be making redundancies. So yeah, that's it. We kind of operate globally. I'm based in West Yorkshire, but my guys are based all over the UK, and indeed we have people outside of the UK. Our clients are literally all four corners of the world. So we work with lots of big institutes and associations, and as a result of that, do a lot of international work as well.
Brilliant. And we've worked with you for a while now, very successfully. Had a couple of good events. I think the last one last month, we really focused on CVs and touched on LinkedIn, but we had such a good response to that we thought we would focus on a LinkedIn profile. Why do you see the LinkedIn profile as being really important?
Yeah, well, I think there's two sides to it. I think there's a job seeker side to it. As you'll know, Darren, when LinkedIn gained traction, it has become the pond that recruiters fish for talent, and indeed organizations fish for talent. So it's very much a job seeker's shop window to the recruitment market. So I think it's important in that respect. If you're not found on LinkedIn, chances are if you've sent your CV and somebody likes you from looking at your CV, I think statistically 85% of the time, somebody in that recruitment process is then going to have a nosy at your LinkedIn profile. It's just where people do due diligence on potential talent. But then, of course, the other side of it, especially for more senior people, is that, and I talk to quite a lot of senior people about this, and I often ask them what they think their company's most viewed external communication channel is. And they will always tell me it's their website. But if we're thinking about meaningful interactions, it probably isn't the website. It will be the combined views on the LinkedIn profiles of their workforce, and especially the client and market facing people. So as a senior leader within a business, and all the market facing people within that business, LinkedIn's where we check each other out. We can't get away from that. If we do business with somebody, they're going to check us out on LinkedIn. I'm going to check them out on LinkedIn. It's just the way things work now. You don't automatically go and check out the website of the company. You quite often instead, or as well as, go and check out the LinkedIn profile of the person that you are interacting with from that company.
Yeah.
Yet companies will spend tens, even hundreds of £1,000s on their websites, but LinkedIn is like the damn Wild West, and it hurts, people's brand. If you care about your brand and your reputation, whether that be the company's brand or reputation, or your personal brand and reputation, which is something we'll talk about in the webinar, then you've just got to get your LinkedIn profile consistent with any other external messaging that might be beamed out to your marketplace.
Yeah, agreed. And as a headhunter or a search consultant, you're absolutely right. Once we've got a spec from a client, one of the first ports of call definitely is to go and do a search on LinkedIn and look for people whose experience or background might fit the role. And you're absolutely right. People who can either get shortlisted or get themselves into the process or not because of how their LinkedIn profile is written or presented, is the first step. So people who really want to get themselves noticed and get themselves into these kind of positions, the LinkedIn profile is essential. It really is. It's not just a list of jobs. It's got to be so much more than that these days. So Matt, what would people expect to find out then from our event that we're running on the 24th of June?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about personal branding and the kind of background to why LinkedIn's appropriate and useful in more detail. We're very much going to get stuck into how to write a good LinkedIn profile. So we'll be talking about, some of the horrors and errors that people make. Why is there this big blue triangle behind my photograph? Which is there to put an image, of course, and we'll talk about that. Photographs, and talk a little bit about that. But the anatomy of a LinkedIn profile in terms of what to write in the professional headline section, how to structure the summary, or what's now called the about section, and we use a little formula called the who sees formula, which gives people a very easy to follow methodology and framework for writing that section. What you should and shouldn't put in the position section, which is essentially the career history part of it. Stylistically, how does it differ from a CV? There are some other cool little things like the project section, which are a great place to put case studies and things like that. So we'll talk about that in quite a lot of detail. And then we'll also talk about how you can use LinkedIn as a tool for networking and finding a job, just some strategies that you can use, particularly, people, for example, who might be contractors or interim managers who, maybe want to develop a slightly more IR35 or outside IR35 friendly winning work strategy that might incorporate other things other than just applying for jobs online. We'll be covering some of that stuff as well.
Brilliant. So I know we've already got a few hundred people registered, which is fantastic. I'll put a link at the bottom in the comments for people to be able to go and register for this now. I guess we, encourage people to get registered and put the date in their diary and set aside an hour or so for the presentation. Any closing comments from you, Matt?
Yeah, and just also that we'll be doing a Q&A at the end. So, if you've got any burning questions that we don't cover during the session, then, feel free to ask any questions in the Q&A. It will be a live session. It'll be great to have some people on, and I'm sure it'll be useful. So, great. Thanks, Darren.
Good stuff. Yeah, well, as I say, I'll put a link in the comments below. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining me for this short video. I'm sure you're happy for me to send this out and get as many people to see this as possible. And I look forward to speaking to you on the 24th.
Yeah, brilliant. Lovely. Thanks, Darren. Cheers.
Thanks, Matt. Speak soon.